What are some actual mysteries that have no plausible explanation? I don't think anyone understood the assignment. My childhood mystery of my pancaked kitten that still bothers me as an adult. When I was 11, I lived with grandparents out in the sticks. There was a feral cat that had kittens, and I took one in and named him Simon. This happened when he was maybe at 3 months old. One day I noticed I hadn't seen him for a couple hours, so I started searching intensively with no luck. Eventually I could hear him meowing like a, "Get me," or, "I'm hungry," repetitively in the tiny hallway in the house. I looked in every nook and crevice he could possibly have been in. There was nowhere in the walls he could have gone. He eventually stopped meowing and I tried finding him the rest of the day but couldn't and had to go to bed hoping he'd come out from wherever at some point. Fast forward about a month or so later. In that same spot in the hallway there came an awful death smell. We started searching and moved a table, and then there was only one more thing to move that we'd avoided before because it was incredibly heavy. What it was, kind of like a skinny tall wooden dresser, except it wasn't a dresser, it was pretty much decorative with a tiny compartment in the top for storage. We move it, and there's Simon underneath. Completely flat, like flat as paper from the weight of this thing. Here's the mystery: the thing took several adult men to move it from the weight, and there was no space under the bottom. Not even a centimeter of space under there. The bottom went flat on the floor. Not even a mouse could have gone, and the thingy was so heavy it left a deep square indent in the floor. It had been unmoved in that same spot for 20 years. It would have been impossible for him to get under there. No holes. Nothing. Complete mystery. Observer effect on the double slit experiment. Video introduction. https://youtu.be/5kfgro6msqw question C equals 5j-wemg6n_6a-zd6. If the universe is truly infinite, chances are we will never know the answer. How people who are smart enough to get a PhD are stupid enough to believe in flat Earth existence. We find ourselves with a problem. Either the universe has a discrete beginning, in which case we are left asking how it is possible for one event to not be preceded by a causal event, or the universe has existed infinitely, in which case we are left to ask how it is possible for there to be no beginning. One permutation or the other of these answers, logically, must be correct, and yet both are absurd beyond reason. No matter which is true, we are logically and philosophically utterly fucked. I'd like to know what those UFOs are. The orbs, the phoenix lights. Whether they're us, or something else, there are things that do impossible things in the sky and I want to know what they are. I don't even need to know why they're there or what they want, I just want to get an up-close look. What came before the Big Bang? What the fuck my wife wants for supper? Back when I was a child, I was told about the tooth fairy. Being the mature kid I was, I knew that it was bollocks. One day, I kept my tooth under my pillow as a joke, but by the morning it was replaced by a dollar note. I informed my parents about this as it was a security issue, but they informed me it was just the tooth fairy. Obviously, I wasn't going to believe their made-up tales. A few weeks later, I lost another tooth. And I tried this again. The same consequence occurred again. I was shocked. It obviously wasn't a mythical creature like the tooth fairy. What the fuck was it, then? I informed my parents again, and this time, because of my vehement requests, they set up a camera. I tried it one more time when I lost a tooth a few days later. Same consequence. I verified the footage and nobody came in or out. Except my father, who came in to check if I was alright and adjusted my pillow. To this day I haven't been able to solve it. One time when I was like 9, I was walking to the park alone. All the houses were very far apart and I lived in the country. I guess I had my head down as I was walking and suddenly this small egg splattered in front of my feet. I looked around to see if there was anyone and nobody, then my mind went to what if it was a bird? I looked around and still nothing. There were no buildings 50 feet in any directions either, just me and this road. I was puzzled and I think about it sometimes. How the fuck anyone can take Donald Trump at face value? What the hell happened to Brian Schaffer? There is no real explanation as to where the hell he went and how he just disappeared. Brr, how do whales migrate thousands of miles without getting lost? It's like they got GPS in their brains. Whale savantism, or the capacity to know a skill without any familiarity, training or comprehension. People whose personalities change from trauma. Gravity roads that enable the momentum of an unmoving vehicle without gas operation to roll in neutral with no engine operation on roads. The Voynich manuscript. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/voynich_manuscript question WPROV equals SFTI1. It's a 15th century book, handwritten on vellum, processed deer hide, in a language no one knows, and containing drawings of plants no one can identify. It took a lot of time and money to create that book in the 1400s, but why? Who wrote it? What's it about? Why have we found nothing else like it? Right now in my city a woman went jogging in a forest and went missing. It's been over a week and she's still missing. Search crews have searched every inch and the police admit they have zero leads. It really seems like she disappeared off the face of the earth. Who killed John Bonet? What kind of thing is the Great Attractor? It is truly disturbing how Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice.